Here's a little clip of Stephen A. Smith yesterday talking about me and complaining about me while he panders to, I think, some woman named Rachel Lindsay. Play the clip.
And here's the thing. People need to understand that's one of the reasons that you might not be hearing anything from her, nor Skip Bayless or anybody else, because they can turn around and sue. And they got their, I mean, think about the allegations that have been thrown out against them. Think about, you know, the need that they may feel to retaliate. And as a result of that, I think that is even further requirement for people to be careful. But let me tell you why I wanted you on here, Tori, because I have to admit, I'm pretty pissed off. Now, there's a few people's names I'm not going to mention because, damn it, they ain't worth it, okay? And I get that. But there's a few men out there that are acting like, you know, this is the perfect excuse to justify why we make the argument that women don't belong in the industry, which is an incredibly egregious thing to say, okay? They'll look at any woman sitting in a host chair or any woman that's a reporter out there or any woman that has to walk into the locker room, and all of a sudden their credibility is being questioned. My thing, what I'm more appalled at by, rather, even that, is the women all over social media that are allowing it most egregious, Tori, is the abundance of women out there who are laughing, who are pointing the finger at Joy Taylor with a profound level of guilt as if they know. Even when they throw in the word allegedly, they do it with smirks on their face, sort of dismissive, because in this business, we know how to speak with our body language, not just with words. And not only that, they're using it as an excuse to question her credibility. Now, I don't know what happened, but let me tell you what I do know. I know that I've seen Joy Taylor on TV a lot over the years, and I think she's pretty damn good. I think she's very capable. I think she's worthy of the position that she has on Fox Sports. I think her podcast with Taylor Rooks is a damn good podcast. I think her credentials in this business have been established.
So this is what I mean when I say these people are installed and they're idiots and they're there to distract you. And like, how dare I question the credibility of Joy Taylor? Stephen A., I've questioned your credibility in the strongest way possible. To sit here and to pretend like, oh, I've only questioned Joy Taylor or women, are you kidding me? I've questioned the entire industry. That this is all a rigged up system to promote idiocy and to promote willful ignorance, and so that people are in denial of the facts and the truth. And so, yeah, if you're gonna have a Stephen A. Smith, you gotta have the Joy Taylors of the world. You have to take something, sports, that have been dominated by men, conversations about sports, which have been dominated by men, and you have to inject feminism into that conversation so that men like Stephen A. Smith will talk like women. And he does that regularly. And I've pointed it out that this is the problem with all of these guys. They get around a woman, and the next thing you know, they start pandering. And if it's an attractive woman, oh my God, there's no limit to what they won't say. And so Stephen A. Smith, upset with me, can't really talk about it because he's scared of me. I get it, but I'm trying to, this is how uninformed Stephen A. Smith is, because at one point, I think in one of these clips, he mentioned something about, and we got to make sure that that's part of the clip. We got to make, he mentioned something about Joy Taylor and Taylor Rooks doing a podcast together and how great it is. And I'm just like, oh, this dude's so uninformed. And again, if you're going to make that reference, Stephen, at least recognize, and the show's been canceled. They walked away from each other. So no matter how great you're pretending and lying to think that this show is great and blah, 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 it doesn't even exist anymore, Stephen A. You're so freaking uninformed. It's embarrassing. And your point of view is so you're so detached from biblical wisdom that you sound like an idiot and you say stupid things constantly. And I thank God for it, to be quite honest with you, because as I said at the very beginning of this, Stephen A's idiocy is the reason why I remain relevant, despite all the forces working against me and Fearless and what we do here. I remain relevant because these people are so stupid and so cowardly that I'm your only source of consistent, like authentic, intelligent, brave sports commentary or just commentary about the world. Look at what I'm competing against. This Stephen A is some sort of retard that they gave a thesaurus to. This man, he flunked 4th grade and they tried to hold him back, and he acknowledges in his own book that he had a high school counselor laugh at the thought of Stephen A going to college. Anybody that worked with Stephen A at the Philadelphia Inquirer and early in his career, when he was trying to be a writer, guy wrote like at a 6th, 7th grade level. And the editors are rewriting everything for, because he's propped up and installed. But Stephen A he's not built for this time we're living in terms of this combat that's going on between the patriarchy and the matriarchy. And that's why I'm so despised, because it's like, no, there's a battle over dominion, over leadership between men and women. And I want to make it crystal clear. You can choose whatever side you want. That's America. You can be for the matriarchy. But I'm going to make it crystal clear. You're out of step with what God intended, what God wants. Don't call yourself a Christian. Don't pretend to be a Christian. If you're pro-matriarchy, if you're pro-women in power and leading, if you're pro this feminism that is absolutely destroying America, Black America, we've been destroyed. Because we hopped on board with feminism and female leadership from the get-go. Now it's just destroying the rest of America. But the results are all in. And I'm tired of the people pretending like, well, it really wasn't feminism and blah, blah. If we had just, men this and white man that and Christianity this and evangelicals that and black men are no good and blah, blah, blah.